Hi, my name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman and Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan. And today we're continuing our video series designed to educate the public, so please subscribe to our channel. It is appropriate as we approach the summer that we talk about certain things that impact families, and we've talked about different areas of family law, parenting time, rights that have to do with summertime fun. One of the things that we see all the time relate to accidents that are related to the summer, and specifically sometimes we talk about boating accidents because that can impact the family. Today I like to talk about fireworks accidents because in the context of running your family, and this is what family law is all about, sometimes these things can occur. More often than not, firework accidents have to do with a lack of know-how. Unfortunately, these things are made available. These incendiaries are made available to everybody during certain times, irrespective of their level of sophistication. And sometimes any kind of pyrotechnic device could be dangerous. There could be a misfiring. There could be a dud that someone thinks is a dud and then explodes. It could be a misdirection of the firework and it could cause damage or an injury or some such thing. The question is, what do you do if you're a victim of that? Well, number one, you're going to have to collect evidence. You're going to have to collect evidence of a couple things. In these issues, there's always two main things to look at: the liability and the damages. The liability has to do with fault. Did somebody do something wrong? So if there is evidence in the way of witness statements, video footage, a lot of times these things are caught on video. If somebody tries to catch an event by video and it turns out they catch an accident by video. So it's important when you talk about these kinds of things. Number one, we want to collect evidence that relates to the liability, that relates to who did something wrong. Number two, we have to collect evidence about the damages. Was somebody injured as a result? Sometimes direct footage immediately after the event is very helpful because it may show somebody bleeding or somebody crying. There may be very dramatic footage that you don't get many months after the fact from a simple medical record. While we're talking about medical records, though, it's important to document the medical course of treatment that the injured individual has. So that could mean, is there an ambulance coming to the scene? Do they take him or her to the emergency room? What's the treatment in the emergency room? Is the person admitted beyond the emergency service to the hospital for a few days? Are they in intensive care? Do they have a room? Are they wrapped in casts? You know, all these kinds of things. Video footage and photo footage of this becomes very, very important because you've got to establish what are the injuries. Now later on down the road, when the person is released from the hospital and all that, of course you can get follow-up records and therapy records and those kind of things. But really, when you talk about the pain and suffering, there's nothing more dramatic than showing it to the court or the jury exactly what was going on at the time. Last, not necessarily least important, but certainly last after you're taking care of your medical condition, is consulting with an attorney. You're going to have to find out what your legal rights are. There may be time limitations associated with bringing such a claim. There may be ways to preserve the evidence so that the claim is more viable later on down the road. And these are the kinds of things that your attorney can tell you about. That's why it's important to consult with him or her as soon as is practical regarding your liability and your damages and whether or not there's a case here. If you have any questions about that, reach out. And of course, we'll be glad to help you out.